Hey everybody, welcome back to Tech Odyssey. So today I'm here with my 72-hour follow-up review with the BlackBerry KEY2. And if you're looking at my phone right now and you see the potato quality glass screen protector that's on there, it's compliments of these people. This Avidet, Avidet. I picked this up. I ordered it before the phone came out. Well, before I got the phone, really. I ordered it like 2 days before the phone was supposed to be here, and it was on Amazon. And it had good reviews there, which I have to caution you, Amazon reviews can sometimes be garbage. Um, and I found out after I'd already purchased it, and I had to wait a while to get my phone, so this was sitting here for several weeks. So I thought I'm just going to go ahead and put it on. Hopefully it pans out. This is what happened. The way it's designed, I think it's designed for some sort of like a curve screen or something. I don't know from what I was reading, but either way, this is what you get. It will not seal on this screen around the edges. So there you go. Don't buy this screen protector. Now, the phone I love, and the only reason I have this on here is because I got it. I went on vacation. I spent the last couple days in Corpus Christi, and I took whole bunch of pictures. And you can find them if you go to the drop down and go to my Instagram. I went to the USS Lexington. And I took a bunch of pictures of airplanes there, and also other different stuff inside the aircraft carrier. I even took my LG G7 and my Samsung Galaxy S9 Plus, and I took side by side, like similar comparison pictures in the same position, the same lighting. You can see that this camera actually takes some really good pictures. And the expectation that I had based off of the reviews and some of the commentary I've seen was, oh, this camera is garbage, it sucks, it's terrible. It's not. Does it take amazing pictures under less than ideal lighting? No. Does it take really good pictures in ideal lighting? Yes. And the shutter speed is good too. And the shutter speed is what's important to me. I mean, taking good quality pictures is very important, but I need to take them quickly because I'm a point and shoot kind of photographer. I'm like, hey, I see this cool thing, let me take a picture. So I want something that autofocuses quickly. I can take a quick picture, get the shutter speed, and I'm good to go. Now, under low light conditions, it depends. When there's multiple light sources, it really seems to have issues with focusing, especially on people. So, like seeing some of the finer detail in like hair or facial complexions, things like that, it seems to do better with inanimate objects than it does people. So I will give it that. But I did try to take some pictures. It's one of those ones where it's like you might need to try 2 or 3 times to get the ideal picture versus the first time, which is kind of the same thing with the LG G7. It takes glorious pictures, not always on the first time, and you may need to go to manual mode. The Samsung Galaxy S9 Plus definitely takes better first time one-shot pics, but either way, let's talk about the BlackBerry KEY2. One thing that I really like is by default when you set it up, it will show a random wallpaper each time you turn the screen on, which I think is really cool. Because I'm one of those people that never, ever, ever changes my background, ever. So it doesn't. I don't care if like I got a new puppy or my kid was just born. I just don't take pictures and put them on my background. So this one, it gives you this display preview pic each time. So it's kind of cool. I like it a lot. Now, once you get into the phone, it's still using the same wallpaper though as the BlackBerry Priv. So it was really cool when the BlackBerry Priv came out. I think they might need to go and upgrade it. I mean, it was the same thing on the Motion, the same thing on the Key 1. I didn't get the DTEC 50 or the DTEC 60, so I'm not even going to comment on those, but I'd imagine probably more of the same. So straight out of the gate, the keyboard on this is phenomenal. If you use the Key 1, you're gonna love the upgrade. I had the Key 1 on day one. I would have had the Key 2 on day one, but with the Amazon pre-order garbage, I got it late. So the keyboard I am in love with, and if you use any other previous BlackBerry keyboard with full QWERTY, it does not take long to get back on this horse. I was typing comfortably by the end of the evening, having not used a physical keyboard since I think September of last year when I had the Key 1 before I got rid of it because I had it during Hurricane Harvey. So I will say the Key 1 keyboard good, Key 2 keyboard better. The extra space, they're raised a little bit more, they're a little bit more forgiving. I'm in love with this keyboard. It works great. Probably tied for, I think the only keyboard I've enjoyed more than this one is the BlackBerry Classic. I absolutely love the keyboard on the BlackBerry Classic. But this one, it's got that nice tactile feel to it. They are clicky. I'm going to turn my screen off so I'm not activating like a million and one things. But so I'll play this for you. I'll put it next to the microphone. You can see it. The buttons do make noise when you press them. Now I'm going to switch over to the spacebar key. So this is a regular button. This is a spacebar. Now, people have been complaining about the spacebar being overly clicky and making like a different noise than the other keys. It does. And I noticed it for like the first day, and then I'd say I think I got used to it. I really haven't paid any attention to it really at all. It does seem to be a little bit lighter and easier to press than the other keys. Maybe because it's larger, easier, larger surface area, easier to press. But it does seem easier to press, and it has a little bit different audible sound to it. But like I said, I got used to it. I don't even pay attention to it anymore. Now the convenience key over here is great. And one thing that I'm really happy that they changed is they've got the spacing on it is a little bit better. Now, like with the key one, whenever I would naturally, the way I would naturally hold the phone, I would hit the convenience key all the time and not the power button. The way that it's set up now, my finger naturally falls where the power button is at versus, that's nice wallpaper. Better, anyway, it falls on the power button versus the convenience key. So that is good. I'll give you a little demonstration here. This is how fast the fingerprint sensor works. It is not the fastest in the world, but I mean, it's more than adequate. And my G7, my Galaxy S9 Plus are definitely faster. The Pixel's faster. I mean, there are a lot of phones that are faster, but I think it works well. Now, the camera, like I said, I've been enjoying the camera just fine. I think it takes good pictures. Um, I think you're going to be perfectly happy with it as long as you have a tempered expectation. If you go in with low expectations like I did, you're going to be pleasantly surprised with the pictures it takes. If you think that you're going to get Pixel 2 quality images on this every time you take a picture, you're not. If you have great lighting, especially outdoors, and you think your expectation is that you'll get good pictures, then yes, you will. And I'll see if I can pull it up. The best way to view the pictures that I took is to go down to the drop down, click on the Instagram, and go and look at the couple of pictures I put in my feed there. They're tagged. You can take a look at them. I had some really good pictures. And they're just not going to translate well because of the way that this screen looks. Yeah, see, it's not going to look good at all. I mean, you can tell the image quality, but like as far as the colors and stuff, it's not even worth your time to look at these. Just click on the Instagram and go look at them. I got some really good pictures that really showcase the camera, and I sent them to two friends of mine that are also avid BlackBerry fans, and they were like, "Wow, those pictures look really good." So other people have been impressed with them as well, and yeah, so that's about it. The speaker, nothing to write home about. It has adequate sound. The screen, I think the screen, it seems like a slight improvement over the Key One, which I've been told the screen's mostly the same, so maybe it's just that I have less complaints about the rest of the phone, so I don't key in too much on, pun intended, pun not intended really, don't key in too much on the Key 2 screen. The brightness, this is max brightness right now. And I mean, it's more than adequate, but put it side by side with my G7 or my S9 Plus, and it doesn't really hold up the brightness, and it's kind of hard to see when you're out in the sun, even with the brightness all the way up. So I'm not a huge fan of that, but I do feel like it's better than the Key One. I mean, if I had to say so, it feels like it anyway, just because I think I'm more so impressed with the overall phone. You can see the BlackBerry logo here is subdued. The camera, the bezel around it, it's raised a little bit. Got your flash there. This phone is balanced really well. Unlike the Key One, I thought the Key One was a little top heavy to me. This one, the way that they've slimmed it down, it's got a more flat look. It doesn't have all the rounded stuff on it. It's definitely the best quality, best feeling, best looking device that BlackBerry Mobile has made to date. And like I said, I've had the Motion, I had the Key One. I've been in love with this since I pulled it out of the box. And my expectations were low. Now, I'm not saying that the other two devices weren't good quality, because they were. and they are still. And if you find a Key One on sale, you can get it for a really good price. But with the Key 2, I had much more hesitation going into it because this phone cost me $650. Now, the Key 1, yes, was $549, but I don't know. I just had hangups with going to the $650 category. And I read some reviews on this. I watched some reviews. I did a lot of research on this phone before it came out, and a lot of the information that I was fed was kind of disappointing. But those people are not Key 2, they're not BlackBerry fans, they're not BlackBerry users. Some of them are, yes, but some of them are not. And a lot of people that give negative reviews are not BlackBerry users. If you don't want a phone that has a physical keyboard on it, I do not recommend this phone to you because there are so many better options available for $650. And I think that's the message that kind of got lost in translation and a lot of people were trying to put out there. It is a great phone for having this keyboard. If you don't want this keyboard, do not buy it because you can get an iPhone 8 for the same price. But if you want a keyboard, this is the best option that's available out there, and it's not a disappointment. The Key One, I felt like I had to sacrifice on the experience to get the keyboard. This, I feel like the keyboard just makes the whole package, and the phone is a true delight. I've been thoroughly enjoying using this, and it's really made me happy that I bought it. One, and two, it's made me happy for BlackBerry because I'd kind of been worried, especially after the Key One and then the delays on waiting for when this was going to come out. Uh, I had some concerns, but I've been a huge BlackBerry fan for years. The Snapdragon 660 is legit. It is super fast and works like a champ. The 625 that was in the Key One was just too slow for me. That and the three gigs of RAM, I was like, I can't live this way. But with the 660 and with 6 gigs of RAM, this thing does not stutter. It doesn't slow down. It is just a workhorse. It is a beast of a phone. I would liken it to, I think power-wise, about the same as a Snapdragon 820, maybe an 821. As far as the benchmarks, I can play War Robots on it, which, I mean, you can't really play because the keyboard's all screwed off. It thinks that this is a real keyboard when you're trying to play the game. But performance-wise, it was fine. Boom Beach doesn't slow down whenever I have a whole bunch of stuff going on all at once. The internet works great. The hotkeys, the new speed key I've got set for Google there. It pulls up. It works fine. The convenience key, straight to Slack, go back to home. Hold down the short press to go to Google. Oh, I held it too long. Oh, I'm sorry. I have the quick key set for Google. I have the short press for the hub. There we go. So you can see it switches back and forth fairly well, and I don't have any problems with it at all. Anyway, that's about all I have on my initial impressions. The overall user interface is very workable now, just because of the fact that it has the power to support it, whereas the 625 didn't in the Key One. Everything else on this phone across the board, metrics have improved, performance has improved, battery life is still fantastic. I've been using it since 7 o'clock this morning. I went out to Corpus Christi. Like I said, I took pictures all day, and I'm still sitting at 31% battery. So you really can't beat that. I mean, 3,500 milliamp battery. It's got a power efficient, powerful processor, more memory than you could ask for. I love it, and I think that if you're a BlackBerry fan, you're gonna like it too, especially if you've been on the train with the BlackBerry Mobile since they switched over to the Key One and the Motion. This is the best that is out there right now. So feel free, please go ahead and ask questions. Leave them in the comment section. Check out the Instagram for the pictures. I'm going to upload a whole lot more that I took today, so you'll be able to see those. And hopefully this has been helpful for you. Like I said, I'm 3 days in now. I'm going to do a 1 week full review so you can get more information and more of my input on the overall performance of the phone and how much I like it or don't like it and the things I do and don't like. So again, thanks for tuning in, and I'll see you all next time.